Welcome to the second episode of the Poverty Franchise Podcast. And I'm Ethan.
I'm Khalil.
And today we're going to be talking about the draft grades or the NFL draft and giving it some grades and then talk about some playoffs for the NBA.
Yep, that is on tap. Poverty Franchise Podcast episode 2. So let's get right into it. How you been though lately?
Good.
It's pretty good.
Because not stressed. I'm pretty sure you were.
Yeah, nah, them history finals was a little stressful, but now I can not stress about really school. I should be good for the rest of the year, and then
Hmm.
I can focus on this and try and get this to a level that I want it to be.
I feel you.
Um, but yeah, currently the fourth round is going on. I don't really care about the fourth round at this point. There's no guys on the board who really interest me at like only like QBs. There's a few QBs available. And then there's some San Diego natives, of course. So if they get picked, we might say something. But yeah. Overall, I don't think there was too many bad picks though. Before we even start, I don't think there's that
Yeah.
many bad picks, but the ones that are not that good are pretty bad. I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah,
Let's
we
just start off with Jacksonville and
yeah,
Trayvon.
Trayvon, number one overall. I was thinking about this pick like ever since it happened, and I don't know if I
Mhm.
like it or not because I know I was big on Trayvon coming out of or going into the draft. He was my guy, but I was big on him in the perspective of the Giants. Like at 5 or 7, if Trayvon is available, I'm like, oh, that's a really good pick. He looks really talented. He has a lot of potential. But first overall, when you have every other player on the board, I don't know if Trayvon Walker is the best edge or even the second best edge.
He has that boomer bust potential.
He has a
He's either going to be
potential.
really good or bad.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't really I don't know. I don't think he was a first overall. I mean, there wasn't really that guy in this year's class though anyway. So I
Mhm.
can't be like they missed, but like I personally would have taken either if you wanted edge, I would have taken Thibodeau or Hutchinson one
For sure.
overall
Yeah,
over Jacksonville. Um
because they're more polished
they
coming out of
definitely
college.
right.
And
They have one side of the ball or like one aspect of pass rush going for them. Like Thibodeau's got the athleticism and stuff down, his first steps there and everything. He just needs to get his hands, and then for Hutchinson, it's just he needs to get a little more athletic.
I can get taught
Yeah.
or trained.
So if you had to give this pick a grade, what would you
Probably
give?
like A minus.
A minus.
Yeah, because I can see I can see what they're trying to do. Like
Go for the guy with
they
the
could,
potential.
yeah, because he can either be, as I mentioned earlier, really good or just bad. But I'm sure he could like learn something from Josh Allen or just that coaching staff in Jacksonville.
I'm more towards like, shoot, I'm low key at a C. I mean, okay, for NFL, which is where they have the fan ballot where I'm supposed to grade it. A is
Mhm.
like best prospect overall. B is best available. C is better prospects available. D is last choice option is F, and F is try again next pick. To me, I feel like I
I feel
think
like
there are better prospects available,
he
so I think he's a
yeah,
C then, and
yeah.
according to their criteria. But I mean, I get what you mean by A. So maybe we meet in the middle and say B.
Yeah.
All right. So oh, wrong computer. We gave it a B, and do they show me the results? Let's see. They do. 28% of people said it was an A. 29% said it was a B. So we're in the majority. 27 said it was a C. 8 said bad, and 8 said terrible. So it's a pretty large variety
Mhm.
for what people think. But I mean, literally the three grades we were between picking them in were the majority. So it's not like we had a wild opinion on the pick. It's just a little bit of
Right.
a. We're gonna have to wait and see for that one. Number
See
two,
how it pans out. Aiden Hutchinson
Hutchinson,
going to Detroit.
Detroit. He goes back home. I think he's from where is he from? Ann Arbor.
I'm not sure, but he went to Michigan.
He went to Michigan. I think he's also from the state of Michigan. But
Wow.
um, I mean, Hutchinson is honestly probably the best, safest prospect.
Yeah.
He has talent. I mean, like it's just he's not that athletic. but you can work on that. Lions needed edge, needed to just buff up the defense, and in my opinion, the best guy available, the guy who should have went first, fell to them at 2. So to me, that's an A pick.
That's an A to me too. Mainly because he could be good, like all-star. I don't know if he'd be like that guy, like a superstar type thing,
hmm
but he can definitely be an all-star.
hmm
But I don't know. He's just good, I guess. And it's a
Yeah,
great pick because him falling at 2, he's the safest option.
right. They don't need line. They I mean, I guess they could have gone Thibodeau, but like I don't think there's no way Hutchinson was falling to 3. That
Yeah.
would have been wild.
And
But
then
I think it's an A.
their their culture in Detroit.
It's very hard nosed,
It's pretty good.
very, very hard nosed. And he's like a every down kind of guy. Really high what's it called? Motor. So I think it's a good fit.
I can see that.
So A, you cool with A?
Yeah, I'm cool with an A.
I think it's A. I wonder if anyone gave it an F. 4% of people gave it an F. I don't know what they were
Why?
on. More people gave it an F than people gave it a D, but I don't know what that's about. 70% of people gave it a A. 18% gave it a B. And why? Okay, the NFL website is pretty awful because now it's not even showing me the results. But
Hmm.
majority of people gave it an A. We'll say that.
Okay.
Number 3, this
Derek
was
Stingley Jr.
very
out of
weird
LSU.
pick. Caught me off guard by it was just a very random pick. I was not expecting them to go I didn't think the corners were going to go this high.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go O line to help out Davis Mills, but they went
I mean, I
corner.
can see. Go ahead. No, go
They
ahead.
went corner, and personally, to me, I think Stingley was better than as a better prospect than Sauce. Like,
Mhm.
so I'm not mad at the corner they took. So I think it's a good pick personally.
I think it was a great pick because one, they don't know if they're going to get another corner like that next year,
Yeah.
and they can get this guy who could be really good on a rookie deal and then get everything else by
hmm
just by drafting. Because teams are starting to, like the good teams are starting to just ditch first and second round picks, but keep third, like the
hmm
Rams, like
Yeah.
F them picks theory,
Yeah.
and it worked to get talent. Like they don't want to
Right.
take the chance on someone who could be this, but they can get
hmm
the for sure talent. So I
Yeah.
could see what they were trying to do, getting a great guy at corner, but if they were trying to develop Davis Mills, I would have went Lion.
Yeah. I mean, I think they went line later on, unless I'm tripping. I'm trying to think. Did the Texans have another first round pick? Jeez. I'm looking. Did they not pick again in the whole first?
No, I could have sworn they had another one.
I think they traded their other first. Oh, they did. They had a pick at
Oh.
15 in which they did go offensive line. So they
Mhm.
went corner. They went with the guy who they see has the highest potential early on because they're a really bad roster. They just needed anyone they could get. And then
Yeah.
at 15, they go O line to help out Davis Mills. I wouldn't say it's an excellent draft pick. I wouldn't give it an A. I think it's a B with the potential to in the future turn into a A pick.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
at the moment, I think I'm feeling B
I'm feeling a B
because
too.
I think like Thibodeau, if they wanted a guy with the highest potential, I think Thibodeau has more potential than Stingley. But it's just I think they both have really high potential. So
Mhm.
the Stingley pick, let's see. Where's everyone? Where's everyone at on this? Jeez, this website sucks. NFL's gonna have to get this together. And according to Trotter, I don't know who Trotter is. It might be the GM. They said fit was a deciding factor when it came to drafting Stingley. 22% said A, 30% said B, 32 said C, D, or 10% said D, and then 6% said F. I think B is fair. There,
Yeah.
B is very fair. Maybe
What's
I
up with
guess.
people grading everyone an F?
Yeah, nah. Everyone's gonna have an F. It doesn't even matter who you are. Uh, I think that's probably trolls. There ain't people who really think Stingley is an F. He ain't no F. Even if you
Yeah.
don't like a corner at 3, he's not an F prospect.
He's gonna be good.
Right. Maybe they just preferred Sauce, and they were like, well, Sauce was available, so why would you go with Stingley? But I think
Yeah.
it's way closer. We talked about that last time. Stingley Sauce is way closer, and that's why they got picked one after another. So at 4 we got Sauce Gardner going to the Jets, and I think that was actually one of your fits, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that one because Robert Sala, he was GM. I think he might have saw like a faster Richard Sherman in him,
yeah.
who's just good in man, and then he could lock someone up. But I don't know. I think it'd be a good add on to their team, help with their defense, because they just added offense, right? They
Um,
got another.
like
They
in
got
the
another.
draft,
Yeah, in the draft.
they drafted a receiver. They got Garrett Wilson,
Yeah,
which was one of my fits. So they drafted two of our fits for them.
it's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, I like Sauce. I mean, honestly, I was because we have the next picks. The Giants had the next pick. I was like, oh, Sauce might fall to us. I don't think the Jets are gonna take Sauce. They took him. I was a little salty, but I'm happy with how we turned out. I'll get to that later. But
Yeah.
um, I like the pick. Sauce is solid. I mean, like again, there's no guys who are like for sure fire best player in the class in this class. So it's really just about what each of these teams see in these players. And I have no problem with going with Sauce at 4. I mean, the dude didn't allow a touchdown in 3 years, so that says something about who he is.
I also think they drafted him because of their division, how they have to
Oh
deal
yeah,
with
definitely.
twice a year, Diggs, and then just all of those receivers
Yeah. Who's
twice
the
a
other
year.
team in that division?
Pats.
Pat.
Kendrick
Oh, yeah.
Bourne.
Nah, we ain't really worried about the
Yeah.
Patriots receivers, but the other two teams for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
That definitely makes a lot of sense. I think it's again, it's just a B pick to me. It's not excellent.
I could see it as an A, well, B, but it can turn into an A,
Yeah,
simply because of his fit, and then their
same. The potential thing. Same
yeah,
thing
the
with
potential.
Stingley. It's a at the moment it's a B because he's not a perfect prospect or anything. That makes me like he's gonna change it, but
Yeah.
54% of people said it was an A, so maybe we're low on this pick. But
Mhm.
26 said B, 12% said C, 4% for D and F.
Okay.
Number 5, my boys,
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
the G-men, the G-men. The board played out perfectly for us this year. Two edges went and then two DBs went, and our two needs were edge and line. And the edge that didn't go was literally projected to be the first overall pick at the start of the season. Like getting Kayvon Thibodeau at 5 is to me it's a bit of a steal just because of how athletic he is and the physical tools he has. Everything that's wrong with him can be coached. And then the personality concerns, I don't really see it from what I've seen from him. He seems like a humble guy. Um, Maybe he's just like not the most serious dude, but some guys don't carry themselves in that demeanor where they're always on work mode. But like he seems like a cool guy. The physical tools are undeniable. First step is there. He has things he needs to work on, like his run stopping ability, of course. But I mean, like to get a guy who's projected to be the number one edge at the start of the season at 5 for a team that severely needed edge, I think that's a home run pick to me. I would give it an A.
So I'm gonna just pick an A because his talent is there, his potential is there. It's just minor things that he has to work on. But again, they're coachable, and he's already a freak athlete. Like the guy's a giant, and
Mm-hmm.
he's fast and strong. Pause. Okay, but his work ethic, it isn't. It reminds me of like AI.
Mm-hmm.
Like he isn't always in work mode. Like he relaxes.
Yeah,
I'm cool
that,
with that.
that's fine with me. He don't got to be
Yeah.
who's a player with a really high work. Every player works hard. Like even if a guy isn't always in the gym, the average NFL player works harder than anyone else. They have to. They practice schedules, training on
It's
their
their
own
job.
game. It's literally their job. Like they have to work hard. It's their job. But
But to conclude this, I'm giving this one an A.
A as well. I don't think he's what's it called number 5 overall potential. He's number 1 overall potential. I'm sorry.
For sure.
Like the potential was there.
He should have went like 1 or 2,
I really
interchangeable with Hutchinson.
yeah. Trayvon Walker rise was wild though.
Yeah.
NFL got me messed up. This website is so awful. The NFL's products are so bad. Like the NFL website is bad. Madden is bad. Like what's it called? What's their not League Pass, but what do they have? Not Red Zone, it's the other one.
Khalil, the Giants drafted a tight end out of San Diego State.
Oh, for real?
Daniel Bellinger. Yeah.
Hey, favorite team gets someone from our hometown. So I'll take it. I gotta watch his tape because I don't watch Aztecs games, but I just accidentally gave the pick an F, but we agreed on A. 55% of people said it was an A, 27% said B, 11% said C, 3% said D, and then 4%, including me on accident, said F. Okay,
Okay.
number 6, we got the Panthers.
But
Yeah.
that's for another day.
Number 6, we had the first offensive lineman go off the board, Ikem Ekwonu. Icky Ekwonu. I don't know if his name is Akeem or Icky.
It's Akeem, but his nickname's Icky.
Okay, Icky Ekwonu out of NC State. I think it was a good pick. I think it's a really good pick.
I think it's a good pick.
Panthers really needed line, and I'm glad they didn't go quarterback here and without getting a tackle or something. But they got a lineman who will secure that the O-line over there for years to come. And whoever they get at quarterback, because they got Sam Howell later on. If Sam Howell's the answer, or if next year they get someone like Bryce Young, they'll have Akeem blocking for them, being able to block the run, play inside, outside, wherever you need him to be. Just a solid guy on the O-line to me. I think it's
he's that agile and like balance of size and strength and speed.
Right.
Like not speed, but like agility. Because he can move.
Yeah, he's actually really
This guy
athletic.
Can move. And he's functional for his height, like at 6'4", because his wingspan is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But Hutchinson's wingspan is short. That's why I mentioned last podcast how it could be an issue because these linemen have long arms.
Right.
But since they drafted line, I give it an A because give Sam Darnold or Sam Howell some time, let them develop, maybe throw the check down if anything to C-Mac. That'll just be nice.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an A to me. I think at the time of the pick, he was the best player available. So yeah, I think I would give it an A. Personally, you cool with A?
Yeah, I'm cool with A.
I think it's a really good pick. Let's see what everyone else said. I would be surprised if it wasn't mostly A's though. I would be pretty surprised because he was the number 1 tackle in the class. They got him at 6, which was a severe need.
Mm-hmm.
It's not loading. I'm about to give up on this finding out what other people thought, but I would assume it was mostly A's. Number 8 overall, we saw the first wide receiver taken off the board, Drake London. Drake bet on Drake and got his bag. First wide receiver taken out of USC, Southern Californian dude.
Wait, what pick are you at?
I'm at 8. Oh, we skipped Evan Neal.
You skipped 7. Yeah, you skipped 7.
I skipped the Giants. That's wild.
I was like, wait, Drake London didn't get picked up. Yeah.
No, number 7, Evan Neal, offensive line out of Alabama. This is the Bears pick that we traded for last year, and again another good pick. It's pretty much the same thing with Akeem. We needed O-line, and we had our choice of at 5. We had our choice of Kayvon and every lineman on the board. We got Kayvon because we knew that we liked both tackles, and one of them would fall to us. And to get Evan Neal, who not too long ago was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft as well. To get that guy at 7, I'm ecstatic. He's gonna be able to play on the right tackle spot, have Andrew Thomas at the left tackle spot. That's 2 good tackles for the next hopefully 10 or so years to protect whoever we have back there. Daniel Jones's 5th-year option got declined, so they really wanted to help him out in this class, so they got him Evan Neal.
It's giving Daniel Jones a chance to show what he could do
when he's given the proper help.
Yeah, because his situation when he got drafted was not the best.
Not at all.
And then even after that, it was again not the
Not the
best.
best. Never, never
It
put
was
him in a
never
good
good,
situation.
but this will actually give him a little chance at showing what he can do, throwing to his weapons.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited
He's
to
shown
see what Daniel
flashes.
Jones can do. I
He
am.
has most definitely shown flashes
I,
of what he
I'm
can do.
on. I'm on the Daniel Jones boat. I'm not gonna lie. I really like him. I don't think he's like the answer. I don't think we're gonna win a Super Bowl with him, but I think he's a solid enough quarterback to start somewhere if he's
Mhm.
put in a good situation, or at least be a
Usually,
solid backup
yeah,
for
for sure.
someone. But he's not no terrible quarterback. He's definitely got NFL quality. Um,
I guess
I
pick an A
I think
easily.
it's an A too. It's like you got
Yeah.
your need at 7. Didn't have to trade up or anything. You got one of the best players in the class for what you needed. Um, we're not going to grade it because website is so slow. But number 8, what I was saying before, Drake London, first
Drake
wide
London
receiver on the board or off the board, goes to Atlanta. Um, this is a Calvin Ridley replacement
replacement.
type pick. Um,
He's the
I don't
best overall receiver to me.
I
He
don't
can
know.
still is, but we could say that for Garrett Wilson as well.
I don't know if I like Drake London because of the way he plays. Like he's really like everyone in the NFL is gonna be faster, stronger, bigger,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And the receiver who's not really that great at everything else when it comes to being a receiver, like route running, he's not the best at.
Mhm.
Um, he's not the fastest, but like the kind of guy who's just gonna go up there and get the ball. I don't know if I want to take that at 8
I mean,
because that could not work out in the NFL, considering the competition is going to be much better.
he can be a red zone threat, in my
Oh,
opinion.
definitely. The red zone perfectly fine, but as far as
Yeah.
like anywhere
Getting
else on
down
the
the
field,
field.
getting down the
Yeah.
field and on just a consistent basis, I don't know if Drake London's going to do that. So I'm not the biggest fan of this pick, but I get it. He has a lot of potential, and hopefully they can coach him up on his route running, things like that, have him be a solid guy. Honestly, I don't know if you think this is why they picked him, but I feel like they see a bit of Julio in him, and that's why they
I think they see a bit of
Mike
Mike
Evans or
Evans.
Mike Evans or
Yeah.
Julio, a big physical kind of guy. More so Mike Evans, but a little bit of Julio as well. But
But they could have Kyle Pitts as their primary option and then second option Drake London.
yeah, that's a
How
solid little
that's how I see it.
yeah. And they got their quarterback too. They went Desmond Ritter in the second round, I think. He
I
was the
think it's the
second
second.
quarterback
Yeah.
off the board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the pick. I'm not
I'm giving
the
it a B.
biggest fan. I think I'm giving it like uh uh I think I would give it a C because what's it called? I think Garrett Wilson is just a better wide receiver. So even if you wanted to go wide receiver, I think Garrett Wilson would have been a better pick.
Mhm.
Um, but that's just me. I'm cool with the B as well. I think either way. Um, number 9, Seattle.
Charles Cross out of Mississippi State.
I like the pick a lot.
I like it.
I thought I like at this point when we got to 9, I was like, oh, someone's gonna take a quarterback by now. I think Seattle's gonna take one. No one took a quarterback. No one rushed. Seattle got their line together to get their quarterback, which they still haven't done. I don't think
I think they're just gonna. They have to stick the Drew Lock then.
at this
'Cause
point.
that's
Like,
their only option.
yeah.
He's
But I
not bad
thought
though.
at the time this pick happened, like when they announced it, I was like, oh, they're getting a tackle to help out whoever they draft. Nope, they're just getting a tackle to get a tackle to fix up the O line for the future. But I'm cool with that too. I really thought they were gonna reach on a quarterback, and I didn't like that for them. I wanted them to fill out their roster and then actually be ready for the quarterback when they arrive. And I think that's what that pick is doing. So I'm pretty good with this pick.
I think with their new quarterback change, they might switch to a run heavy offense.
They drafted a running back in the second round. I think
Yeah.
Kenneth Murray out of
But
like
they also didn't they also re-sign Rashad Penny?
for a 1 year deal, and then
Yeah.
they have all of the running backs are on like 1 year deals. Chris Carson's on like a 1 year deal. It's like
Yeah, they might just stick to a run heavy attack, then throw the ball every now and then like a Titans.
yeah,
But like
definitely.
not as bad, of course, because they don't have a Derrick Henry.
Right, they have Rashad Penny. Like
Yeah.
he's cool and all San Diego State guy, but he's no Derrick Henry. Well, I
Yeah,
like the pick. I think I would give it a B.
I'm giving it a B. It's
Uh,
I see what they're doing.
Yeah, no. If honestly, I would give it an A just because I'm impressed that they didn't reach.
Hmm.
But Charles Cross ain't no impressive talent to me like that, so I'll just go B or A. But I like the pick a lot.
Hmm.
Number 10. Oh, we see a little run on receivers, three straight. Garrett Wilson, New York Jets, wide receiver, Ohio State.
I
You
like
can
this a
go ahead.
lot. So they drafted the second or one A or one B receiver of the draft
Mhm,
in Garrett Wilson. But to me, I have him as like one B, but
mhm.
or two, But he's pretty good. He has a big catch radius, which is great for Zach Wilson because his touch isn't there, but he has the arm strength to get it there.
Yeah.
So they could help develop him. And then they also got Corey Davis, right? Like
Yes, they do.
had
I
him
think he's still
last
on the
season.
roster.
Yeah, they have a nice little team going for them. They also have CJ Uzoma from free agency, so
Hmm.
they're looking to develop Zach Wilson, help him out for the future. But I give it like a B plus.
Yeah, Corey Davis is still on the Jets. I checked, but yeah, I like the pick a lot. Honestly, he's the best receiver to me. Honestly, him or Jameson Williams. I think Drake London's just not all that great to me, but um, I like the pick. He's a better receiver than Drake London to me, and then I think there's a discussion to be had with him and Jameson Williams on who's better, but he's
Mhm.
definitely 1A, 1B for me. I like the pick, help out Zach Wilson, as you said, and then I think with the direction the Jets are going, because they knocked this pick this draft out the park.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I trust whoever they have running the organization to have them have like a clear plan of how they want to use him, so they don't like misutilize him. So I like the pick. I think I give it a another BA type thing. Like B
Hmm.
right now can move up to A though.
Yeah.
11 is Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State. I'm gonna let you
Mhm.
start on this because I need to blow
Easy.
my nose.
Okay.
So I will be back, but you
Okay.
can go ahead.
Okay. So Chris Olave, he's a San Diego native. He went to Mission Hills, but I think it's a good pick because that can complement their offense, whatever quarterback they're playing. But he's I think he's a good deep threat because Michael Thomas is a slant boy. He's pretty good in my opinion. I'd give him a B, but I think it was I don't. They could have went with anyone in my opinion, like any receiver, and it would have been a good pick. But Olave, he could use some help, not
Mm.
help, some what's the word?
Coaching up.
Coaching up, yeah. But like coaching up in the route running area, I guess.
I
He
I,
has
li-
hands for
I
sure.
like the pick. They needed a receiver anyway, so it was like
Hmm.
I don't know if he's better than Jameson Williams. Like I'm on the Jameson Williams train, but if they wanted to go Olave, that's cool too. They really
I'm
just need a receiver.
I'm taking Olave over Williams because
Williams tore his ACL, so it's like
he's just speed though to me. Like
yeah,
I'm not a big fan of that.
like he doesn't
Olave
have.
shows everything else.
Mhm.
What's your grade on it?
Uh, Probably. I guess a B. I don't know. I really like Jameson Williams. I know you said he's just speed, but and
Yeah,
the way the league is right now, speed kills. Like
it
there's
really
so many
does.
ways you can utilize speed. Like even he doesn't have to be a deep threat. Those little RPO passes, screen passes, let him get the ball out quick, and then um
Let him take off.
yeah, let him do something with the ball after the catch. But I'm cool with the pick. They really just need a receiver, so it's
Mhm.
really whoever they scouted. Because of course these teams scouted these receivers more than they did, and obviously they saw something in Chris Olave that made them think he fits their team more than Jameson Williams would. But next up we have Jameson Williams. We went on a three wide receiver straight stretch. Jameson Williams out of Alabama, wide receiver, and this pick was actually a trade up by Detroit from Minnesota because Minnesota was at 12. They moved down. Detroit moved back up to get Jamison Williams. I like the pick again because it's like the Lions are not forcing themselves to draft a QB. They're getting the pieces they need to help their QB when they do get them. Um, and Jamison Williams to me is one of the has the speed, and the speed is gonna. There's a lot of ways you can utilize that speed, like
Mhm.
end around plays. Like I said, the screens and the RPOs, and then of course he's a deep threat too. So it's like whoever you guys end up getting in the, well, I mean, they could technically draft a quarterback, but like even if they just stick with Jared Goff, he'll be solid. And then if they get someone next year, he'll still be solid. But like I like the pick. To me, it's an A. I really like the
Okay.
pick.
I'll have it as like a, I guess an A. Hold on, let me check who else got drafted. Yeah, it's an A to
He was
me.
the best receiver left at that point.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have him highest available, he was the best
Mhm.
receiver left.
Yeah, I think it's an A. But as I mentioned earlier, he's like just speed. He
Mhm.
has flashes of route running, which is
He
a
needs
great thing.
to polish up on everything else, but I think the speed itself, he can be utilized like early on Tyreek Hill was while he was figuring it out. But I like the pick a lot. That's just
I
me
think he
though.
could be like a great Amon Ra St. Brown compliment and
Hmm.
TJ Hawkinson compliment.
Right.
Because Hawkinson's like he's such a good vertical threat
Hmm.
and his short routes create instant mismatches that it can open up another opportunity for someone else. Which
Right.
Jameson Williams, if that's orchestrated for him to create something out underneath, maybe force a corner down in zone and then blow it up deep, that
Hmm.
might maybe force some miscommunications. That would be great.
Yeah. Hopefully they utilize him correctly. I trust the Lions though. They've been handling their rebuild perfectly. Honestly, I don't think they've missed in a minute. I mean, the what's it called pick? The corner. What was his name?
Um, Amari Ojolari, I
Nah,
think.
nah, nah.
Hold on.
They drafted someone some years
Oh,
back.
they drafted. Oh, Okuda.
Okuda wasn't. He's been hurt, so I can't say it was a bad pick. But once he gets healthy, we could see if that pick's hit. But otherwise, I don't think they really missed very much. They've handled their thing perfectly. Trading Matt Stafford for the picks that they got was a good move. So kudos to the Lions. They did a good job this year.
All
Uh,
their trades were just they're adding up over time, and it's
right,
working.
definitely. They're
It's been
figuring out the they're building around the trenches, and then with Jameson Williams, they're getting a playmaker who they think has good potential.
sure.
13, D tackle Jordan Davis, Georgia. Dude's like 300 pounds, ran
I
a
love
faster
this.
40
I love
than
this.
Patrick Mahomes.
I
You go
love
ahead.
this. So this guy's a demon. He's so good. I saw this play. He was getting triple teamed by Bama
Oh, Bama
in the
has a nice
national
line.
championship. Yeah, he was getting triple teamed by them, and he just planted his right foot down. He stood up all of them.
Yeah,
Like that's an issue. This guy's extremely strong, and he can be a great inside stuff type guy,
right.
or like whatever you need. I'm sure he can get it done.
Hmm.
And th- Philly's offense is so it's not. I don't want to say it's good. Well, no, they just got good. They just got AJ Brown in a trade.
Yeah, so their
Yeah,
offense should
their
be
offense
good.
should be good hypothetically, but
Hmm.
I think them drafting a D tackle is pretty. I've got to give it an A
Yeah,
because they're just
and
using Fletcher Cox type things,
yeah,
and
Fletcher Cox is still there, and he could mentor him.
yeah,
So I definitely like the pick. Just the athleticism for someone of his size it doesn't seem real. Like for you to be that big and move like that
it,
does not seem normal. So hey,
it does not add up at
and
all.
I hate that he's gonna be on the Eagles where I have to play him 2 times a year. So hey, hey, good pick by them. I think I would give it a.
Mhm.
I guess I would give it an A. I think an A is fair because the athleticism for his size you're not gonna find like ever. So that's a pretty good pick to me. 14,
Hamilton,
your boy
sure
got
did.
taken. Safety. I'm gonna let you go on this because you were big on Kyle Hamilton.
So I mentioned he needs to play in like a cover two type team or like anything but cover one.
Hmm.
They can't really run man with this guy because if he's in the slot, he might get exposed, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't want
Hmm.
to see him get exposed,
Yeah.
but I really like this pick because his potential is there.
Hmm.
He can lock up half of the field easily, and I like it.
Yeah, him, Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Peters. That's a nice little secondary.
If they're
Um,
in cover three, with both corners dropping back, him in the middle, nothing's getting deep.
right.
Everything's just going to be underneath. So I'm a really big fan of this pick. It's a
And
steal
the Ravens also, I trust to develop him
for
again.
sure.
I trust them to teach him what he needs to be because the Ravens are always pushing out some great defensive talent like all
Mhm.
the time. So I trust them to put him on the right track. And again, I think we said this in the last podcast. Kyle Hamilton was gonna fall anyway, just because of what the other teams needed higher on the board. Um, I mean, there were rumors that the Giants would take him at like 5 or 7, but
He
even
is also
then,
a safety. Safeties
yeah,
don't get drafted high.
the positional value isn't really there until about this area, middle of the draft. But I like
Which
the
makes
pick. I
sense.
think I would give it a.
I like
I think I would give it like a B. I mean,
it.
yeah, I think I would give it a B because, of course, there's some things he needs to work on. When you get a safety in a league like the way the NFL is right now, where everyone's passing a lot, you want him to be a little bit better of a cover guy. But the IQ he has is going to transfer over immediately. He already understands the game on a high
His
level,
play recognition is crazy,
right?
and I love
You
that.
you can't really coach that overnight or even over a season. It's like for him to come in with that level of expertise, that's something I can get behind, even if he has some flaws in his actual on the field game. But I think I would give
He
it a
just has such a deep understanding for the game,
yeah.
and I like it.
I think I would give him a B. I don't really want to talk about this pick very much. It's the Texans taking an offensive lineman. I mean, I guess we really talked about it earlier. It's
Yeah.
to help Davis Mills. Kenyon
Yeah.
Green, Texas A&M. I don't know anything about the guy. He wasn't one of the highest on the on. He wasn't like top 3 O lineman, so I didn't look too much into him. I guess without me knowing much about him, I can't really give it a grade. But if I had to just guess based off of the position and what I assume they're trying to do, I guess I would give it a B. Just help
Yeah.
Davis Mills out, and then if Davis Mills doesn't work, whoever's there next year has Kenyon Green to help them out. 16,
Commanding.
Jahan Dotson, wide receiver, Penn State.
I like this.
I like this a lot too. I thought like so far we're at like 16 and we've seen 4
Yeah.
receivers go, 5 receivers go. I know Packers fans were sick once 16 hit, like,
Yeah.
and they didn't get a receiver until the second round. But I know once they saw another one just went, they were like, "Dang, this is rough." But I like Jahan Dotson. I need to study up a little bit more on his tape because, again, we said this in the last podcast. Neither of us are college football nor draft experts, so this is really like later in the second round. It's or the first round even. It's just kind of like
We're gonna start
positional,
flailing off on
yeah,
information.
positional value and like what we think this guy might
Yeah.
possibly be, but don't take our word. We're probably gonna miss on a lot of these. But I like Jahan Dotson.
I like him. He
They
has a.
needed,
I just know he has a great, like a huge catch radius.
yeah. I saw
Like
some
he
of the when they were
on the
showing his
ball.
highlights. What's it called? When he got drafted, some of those catches he was making were pretty unfair.
Yeah.
I don't think he's one of the best receivers in the class or anything. I mean, he has good potential, but he'll be a good complementary piece to Terry McLaurin.
Terry. For sure.
If did Terry get paid, or is Terry still trying to get his bag?
I think he's still trying to get it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he got paid
Well,
yet.
if Terry does end up even playing next year, depending on if he
Mhm.
decides to hold out, but if they play together, I think it could be a nice little complementary piece.
For sure.
I think I would
So
give it like a,
oh, go ahead.
I guess like a C, CB, somewhere there.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm giving it like a. I don't know. They could have went line. Now that I think about it.
They could. The line is getting low key
But
kind of old, but like
yeah,
they could wait next year. I mean, they don't have to. They probably also they have more insider information on Terry McLaurin and if he's the situation on that. So if Terry McLaurin ends up leaving or something like that, Jahan Dotson he's not the same player, but
yeah.
they picked something that definitely could.
Pick up that little role that's
Yeah.
missing. Or that
This
little
is
hole.
the 16th pick was in 4 teams' hands during the draft. The Colts had it, then it went to Philly, then it went to New Orleans, and then Washington ended up with it. But
Wow.
that pick was getting tossed around. 17 Chargers go O line Zion Johnson.
That's what they need.
Yeah, they needed line. I like. There's not much else I can say.
There's
From what's it called, Chargers fans that I've talked to, this kid in my math class. He wanted line. He didn't want that guy though. He wanted Charles Cross, I think, to fall to them, and
Mhm.
he literally went 9. So I know he
Yeah.
was kind of sick when he ended up with Zion Johnson. Not to say Zion Johnson is bad, but he had higher expectations. But they needed line to help out Herbert. They got line, so I can't say it was a bad pick. It's like a
I like it.
C B again.
You're gonna be because best available. It's what they needed. They
Yeah,
could turn Monet though. It could be like a Rashawn Slater like last year.
yeah. They're pretty good at scouting O line over there, so I'll
Yeah.
trust them on this one. 18. We have
This is
the
the AJ
Traylon
Brown.
Burks, AJ Brown trade.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the trade goes, go Eagles for helping out Jalen Hurts. Now that
Mhm.
the way they drafted this year makes me feel like, okay, they feel like Jalen Hurts is the answer for at least the time being. Tennessee though, I mean, Traylon Burks and AJ Brown have a similar build, but it just sucks that they had to trade their number one receiver, and they also
Mm,
don't have Julio Jones anymore, so their receiving core is kind of
He might
falling
have just
apart.
got out anyways though, because
Yeah.
he
He
wanted his
said,
bag.
what's it called? He said he was willing to do a $22 million contract, like a per year.
Oh.
And then, or no, yeah, he was willing to do 22. And then the Titans offered him 20 or something like that. And he just wasn't willing to sign that. So,
Mhm.
I mean, they traded up, got a receiver, but no Julio, no AJ Brown. Um, their offense might get extremely one dimensional with the way the receiver core is looking.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I give it a C, a CB. I think a lot of these picks coming up are going to be CB picks because, like,
Go Titans. Like
yeah,
there isn't gonna be many stars or not stars, but like high rated draft prospects.
at this point in the draft, I mean, there's like a couple more guys that I'm going to give an A, I think. But
Mhm.
Trevor Penning, 19 overall, New Orleans
Mm,
offensive tackle. They needed
Makes
line.
sense. Their
Like
line's
they
old.
just needed a
Makes sense.
line. For a lot of these O line picks from now on, it's just going to be they needed line, except for like 2. There's only 2 that I'm going to
Mhm.
really have anything to say about.
Yeah.
But
Kenny Pickett. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead. We can move on
Okay.
from Trevor Penning.
Okay.
I guess I'll give it a CB again because it's just like they needed line. Nothing
Yeah.
much to say there.
Maybe like a C. Kenny Pickett, Steelers. I'm being like a backup to Mitch. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the Steelers on my team fits because the line. But
Yeah.
if he doesn't play this year and then they suck and get a lineman next year, I can see it working. But he stays in Pittsburgh, so goes from Pitt to Pittsburgh. They've scouted him a lot because the Pittsburgh Panthers, I think they play in the same stadium as the Steelers,
No, their training facility is the same
or the
building.
same training facility. So they've seen him a lot, and it's probably better to see him in the way he practices than in the way. I mean, it's important to see both, but to get
Yeah.
to see that the way he practices on an up close level, like the Steelers did, I'm not surprised that they like what they saw from him because they got the best scouting on him. They had the most time with him even before the draft. He was at Pitt for like 2-3 years, so they've seen him grow from year to year. So I like the pick. I think it's a B. I think
I give it a
Malik Willis is a better quarterback prospect, but
yeah.
for what the Steelers want to do, it makes sense they didn't go Malik Willis, and they did scout him a lot. So
Mhm.
credit to them. 21, we got Trent McDuffie, cornerback, Washington,
I do not know much about this guy,
at all.
but he needed corner, so go
Yeah,
them. A.
Chiefs needed a corner. They get an A plus plus, best player on the board. They got Trent McDuffie. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have a pretty filled out roster. They didn't really have a lot of needs going into the draft. I mean, like they could have upgraded line a bit and then receiver and safety, I guess, because I don't know what's
Tyrann
going on with the
is also
Tyran
yeah.
situation, but Trey McDuffie is a solid corner. I thought he was going to go to like the Vikings who needed a corner, but they
Mhm.
traded so far back that they didn't get a chance at anyone.
I mean,
Uh,
now that I think about it, this pick makes a lot of sense because look at the Chargers, Raiders, and
yeah,
Broncos
they,
receiver.
they they need receive. They needed
They're all
cornerback
stacked. They needed
help.
corner. Yeah. So I like it.
Like
It's an A.
Keenan
He's
Allen,
like, yeah.
Jordan Palmer, Mike Williams, who else? Devontae, Hunter Renfro. Who else y'all got? Y'all got Zay Jones
Courtland
still?
Sutton. No, we do not.
Oh,
He's on the Jags.
Cortland
Um,
Sutton.
Portland Sutton, Jerry Judy.
Yeah, that's like seven really solid receivers.
Yeah.
So Chiefs need to make sure their secondary is in order. 22, we got the Green Bay
Packers team.
Packers
Quay Walker out of Georgia.
linebacker.
Linebacker.
I know a lot of Packers fans were mad they didn't go receiver here, but to be fair, receiver was pretty much taken up. I mean, I get if you're upset that they didn't trade up to get a receiver, that makes some sense to me. They probably should have traded up, considering they had two first, right? They had the Devontae
Yeah.
Adams first anyway, so they could have
Yeah.
traded up and still had two firsts. But yeah, they stayed back in hopes that one of these receivers would fall. None of them fell. Like honestly, once they saw three
Oh no,
receivers
hold
go
on.
in a row,
Hey, Khalil, this pick is the Devonte Adams pick.
oh, this is the Devontae Adams pick. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense that this would be because you guys were
Yeah.
worse than they were. So yeah, this is
Yeah.
the Devontae Adams pick. It says
Yeah.
Vegas to Green Bay, but they could have what's it called? They
Hold
could have go ahead, you're good. They could have traded this pick or they could have traded this pick to move up to get a receiver, but they didn't because none of the I guess they just felt comfortable that one of them would fall and no one fell. That's the only reason for me to see you being upset with the Packers in this draft. They really could have and should have probably traded up, but they didn't. They got the receiver in the second round. He went to North Dakota State, but I think the pick is solid. He went to linebacker from Georgia. They could use linebacker. I mean, just a solid pick, I guess. Not the biggest need on the roster, but a solid pick.
I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't take Devin Lloyd because Devin Lloyd is still on the board at this time.
Yeah, and Devin Lloyd was 100% linebacker number one
Yeah.
for the class. Maybe they just saw something out of Quay Walker. I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, my thing is there's so many Georgia players who are like really high on the board. I don't know if how much of that is just how good Georgia's defense was in general, which makes it makes all of them look good when the whole defense is
I
good.
think like some people who aren't in this class might not be getting recognition because they're obviously not in this class.
Yeah,
But some people's stats might be a little padded due to
right.
those impact. Because
Exactly.
some people might be like projected higher than other people. Like I don't know. I just have mixed
Yeah.
feelings about it. 'Cause
Like
their defense.
the defense was insane. I mean, like they saw so far and we're like at 23, we saw one guy from Georgia,
Mhm.
two we're looking at one,
Saw
two,
two, one in
three.
Trayvon.
This is the third Georgia guy to go. And then, oh, wow, it felt like more. Okay, well, a fourth guy goes in the first round. 5 Georgia defensive players, only on the defensive
Mhm.
side of the ball, go in the first round. So, I mean, that says a
That's
lot about their
crazy.
defense. I don't know if that makes you think about the prospects any different, but yeah. 23, I don't know how to say bro's name. Kyer
Kyle
Elam.
Elam.
Kyer Elam, cornerback, Florida.
He's like
Bills,
corner three, I think.
yeah, the Bills roster
Yeah.
is pretty much filled. The only thing they needed really was a cornerback two next to Tre'Davious, so they got their cornerback too. So I guess I like the pick. It's what they
I like it.
needed. They didn't really need much, so I think I would give it a B because it's not really the best
It's not the
player
worst.
available, but
It's
it's
what they need.
best pick for them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and zoom through these last ones because I do want to talk about the
Cowboys,
NBA.
Tyler Smith,
Yeah,
Tulsa. What is that?
yeah. I from what I've heard, he's not that great of a prospect.
He
Like
was like projected later.
yeah, and he has a lot of flags and like a fouling issue.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, like, I know Linderbaum is a center, like a formal center, but maybe he could have shifted over to guard or something, or like I don't know if Tyler Smith was the pick here. That's just me.
I get it though. They needed line, but like I don't think this was the guy.
Yeah, they could if they knew they were gonna go for him, they should have just traded down and got more picks later on.
Although this could age horribly
Yeah,
because it is line. If you can
and
play, you can play.
yeah, watch this guy end up being the greatest offensive lineman of all time.
Guy's the next Quentin Nelson.
And we just get completely discredited for the rest of the podcast. But no, I mean, at the time, at the moment, I don't think it's that great of a pick.
Mhm.
25, we see Tyler Linderbaum. I think this is an A plus
This is a
pick.
steal.
This is a
A
great,
plus.
great, great pick because early on in the year, Linderbaum was like projected to be one of the highest drafted centers that we've seen in a minute. Like there was rumors the Giants were going to take him at 7. So for him to go to 25 and go to the Ravens, he can block really well. He's just a really solid prospect when it comes to like draft prospect rates. He's always pretty high on the board, and of course he's a center, so centers don't really get taken like high. But to go to a team like the Ravens who can develop O line, it makes a lot of sense to me. I think it's an A plus pick. They
I like
knocked it
it.
out the park.
Jets got Jermaine Johnson via Titans.
Yeah, this is a good pick. Again,
Good
like
pick.
Jermaine Johnson was
You
really
scouted him.
projected. Yeah, I had Jermaine Johnson. I didn't like him all that much, but he was still the easily like the 4th best edge in the class. And
Mhm.
I mean, they wanted to go edge, team up with like Quinnen Williams, or I don't know what the situation is over there. Apparently, there's like some issue going on over there with Quinnen Williams. But Jermaine Johnson could play next to him if that be the case, or replace him if that also be the case. Solid player. He's not on the same level as the 3 before him. I mean, honestly, maybe he's closer to Trayvon Walker than he is to Thibodeau
Mhm.
and Hutchinson
Yeah.
in the way that he's not great at either anything, but
But
he's
good enough.
yeah. He also was on Last Chance U, so that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
wow.
Yeah, he was on Last Chance U, so he got drafted in the first round. Congrats to him. Jags 27, Devin Lloyd,
San
really
Diego
good
native.
pick. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Otay Ranch.
Oh, okay. So he is still San Diego. Otay Ranch is kind of far, but it's still San Diego. What's it called? Devin Lloyd, linebacker, best linebacker in the class, according to most people. And Jaguars are trying to build up this defense. They go Trayvon and Devin
They got
Lloyd. Yeah,
their defense is going to be a little nice.
yeah.
Not a
Miles
little. It's going to be
Jack.
pretty nice.
They got some guys over there. What
Yeah.
would you give the
I
pick since
think they had
you
a
scouted
linebacker
them?
who led the team in tackles. Or not the team, but the league in tackles. Forgot his
Really?
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the pick. I think it's pretty
Yeah, I like
solid.
it. I have an A because he's projected the best linebacker in the class. They
Yeah,
got him at 27. It's a good pick.
yeah. They really went in on the defensive side of the ball since they went offense all off
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Christian Kirk and stuff like that. But 28 we see Devontae Wyatt, D tackle, another Georgia guy.
Georgia.
Packers again don't go receiver. They wanted to build up the defense, and I mean, solid pick, I guess. Like I don't have much to say about him. I don't know anything really about him.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle out of Georgia, so I assume he's solid if he ended up going to Georgia, and
I mean,
hopefully
I
he ends.
guess.
Yeah, I guess C pick because I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
Okay,
29 Cole Strange out of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
this is easily the worst pick in the in the first round. This is easily the worst pick in the first round because it's like I don't even know anything about dude. So maybe he had a really good pro day. So
hmm
just there, he did have a really good pro day, but they didn't have to take him here. Like they could have waited till like the 3rd round to get him.
I mean, he caught the Belichick eye, so he's got to be good.
Yeah, I mean, like I
You got
guess,
to
but
Belichick. You got to be good.
I mean, Belich. The thing is, though, I'm not mad that they drafted him. If they would have
Mhm.
drafted him later on, they could have. Like they didn't have to draft him now. Like they could
They
have
could have
waited.
got someone now,
They
like
could have
someone
waited.
else,
He
and
would
then
have
get
been
him in
on.
the second or
He
something.
would have been. He would have been on the board. The Rams were talking about how they thought he was going to be available at 104, and that he got picked at 29. So
Crazy.
I I I gotta give this like a D because it's just like they didn't have to take him so early. They could have waited. It's like a D pick to me.
It's a reach.
It's a reach. It's a severe reach. They could have drafted someone else. Like I don't like the pick. Uh, last 3
32
picks:
Chiefs
Karlaftis.
or late. I don't know.
I don't know.
Purdue.
He's out of Greece, or he's not out of Greece, but he's from Greece.
Hmm.
They wanted to build up the defense, I guess. I mean, like the AFC West offenses are pretty tough, so they got an edge who was getting a lot of not hype, but a lot of people liked him, especially in the last month or so. He's been getting a lot of hype, and they just want to build up the defense. So
It's like a B because it's what benefits them, but it's not the best.
yeah, it's cool, I guess. And then last 2 picks, I really don't know much about either of these guys. Dexton Hill, Bengals safety, and then they're both safeties.
Signed out of Georgia. Another Georgia
Safety.
player. Wow.
Another it's 5 Georgia players and
No, that's like 7.
well, you see 7. I counted 5. What's it
You
called?
counted 5?
One is Sign is 1. Devontae
Oh.
Wyatt,
Mhm.
Quay Walker. That's 3. It's 5. It's 5. I think
It's
in
5.
the
Okay.
second round there's some though as well. So
Okay.
it's early in the second round, so it's practically first round.
Okay.
I guess 2 safeties. I mean, the Bengals went line in the draft or in the free agency market, so they didn't really need to go line in the draft. I mean, if Linderbaum was available for them at 31, I think they most definitely would have taken him, but he
Yeah.
got taken earlier than
Or they
expected.
might have taken, I don't know, Cole Strange.
Yeah, if they also felt like reaching, but Lewis, I guess they went safety Daxton Hill, and then Minnesota goes Lewis Sign, Cinny. I don't know how to say his last name. I was really hoping they would get Derek Stingley, and that obviously didn't happen because
Yeah.
Derek Stingley went 3rd overall. But
I think
all in
this can
all,
compliment them though,
yeah,
because
Harrison
they need
Smith is probably on his
yeah,
way out too because his contract is so expensive, and he's like
and
33.
age. Yeah.
Yeah. But all in all, I think most teams, other than like 1 or 2, handled the first round pretty solid. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think it's been a good first round as far as
Yeah. I think
picks.
2 to 3 teams had a good draft in the first round.
Good or bad?
Good.
Good. Like
Yeah.
like
Like
great.
great.
Great. I think the Lions, the Jets, and the Giants really
Yeah.
bodied it. I
I mean,
guess you could say Jags
4.
too.
I'm gonna say Ravens. I'm adding Ravens to
Oh,
that list.
definitely the Ravens. Kyle Hamilton and
Yeah.
Linderbaum is
And
it?
Linderbaum.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think those are the 4 teams, and then I guess you could say Jaguars if you really like Devin Lloyd or Trayvon
Mhm.
Walker. I'm just not. I don't
I'm
think
not.
Trayvon Walker was the first overall pick who was
Yeah.
deserving. But
But
yeah,
the Jets knocked his draft out of the park.
they really did. I think they're going to be not a playoff team or nothing like
I know.
that, but like they're going to be fun to watch.
They're
I
gonna.
look forward. I think all of the teams who I didn't really want to watch last year did something in which I feel comfortable watching pretty much all 32
For
teams.
sure.
Except I still don't really like look forward to watching Houston, but like
Yeah.
other than that, I'm straight. I'm cool. I'm cool. I might tune into a Houston game. Who knows? Just to watch some Kyle Hamilton, but
No,
yeah,
maybe some Davis Mills.
some Davis Mills, Kyle Hamilton, and who was their tackle? Kenyon Green. You know,
You-
big 3 right there. But
No,
all in
Kyle Hamilton
all,
from the Ravens.
yeah, all in all, solid draft. Yeah, all in all, solid draft. And then right now we're in the 4th, I think. I don't
Yeah,
think
when
the
the
5th has started
4.
yet, but it's early as you guys can tell. Because I have to leave later, so we had to record
Yeah.
it, get it out of the way early on today.
Chargers on the clock. Raiders just drafted a running back at 17.
Well, I mean, y'all didn't pick up what's his name's 5th-year option, Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
So I guess he could be a solid backup. Where's he out
Yeah.
of? What school is he out of?
Out of Georgia.
Oh my God, I should have guessed. It's another Georgia guy.
Oh wait, never mind. It was damn. It just like skipped a lot. The Raiders drafted a D tackle at 21. LSU.
Uh-huh.
That's the most recent pick was a running back for the Titans out of Tennessee or out of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Only guy that we really need to talk about.
Wait, no, hold on. The Ravens traded up to draft a punter out of Michigan. No, out of Penn State. My fault.
A
I don't know
punter?
why. A punter. They traded with Buffalo to get a punter.
A punt? Bro, all right, bro. Ravens are not winners of the draft anymore. I don't know what that was. That completely takes away their Hamilton and Linderbaum picks. Who trades up for a punter? That's wild.
Yeah.
Only guy that I think we really should talk about is Malik Willis and how far he fell in the draft because that was wild.
Oh.
I really thought he was. I was fine with him not going in the first round. I could see that, but no second round, like 3rd round quarterback. I didn't think that was gonna happen. It got to a point to where I was like, hey, the Giants should just take him at this point, and we had a chance
Yeah.
to. We decided to go receiver. I forget bro's name, but he's out of Kentucky, number 1, and then we went with a corner out of LSU. But Yeah, that was wild how he fell that far. But I think Tennessee is actually a really good fit. I mean, I
Oh
know
yeah,
we did neither of us put it up there because neither of us expected them to go to that good of a team. But
or
like
that far down
yeah,
the board.
yeah, the line is good there. He definitely isn't playing this year. Like
Yeah,
It's not even a quarterback competition, really. It's like Ryan Tannehill's playing this year, and then if it doesn't work out, Malik gets to take over next year. And I think it's a really good fit. I just was really shocked that he fell that far.
since they traded AJ though in free agency, they have to get some offensive pieces
Yeah.
other than Derrick Henry because
Traylon
him
Burks.
staying
I mean, I
tall
guess the Malik Willis Traylon Burks duo, we'll see how that turns out, but they definitely need to get another
more.
receiver.
Yeah, they need to get
Just
more out of
they
him.
literally lost their wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. So
Yeah,
not cool.
I mean their wide receiver two was always injured last year. Like he
Oh
was
yeah.
injured for like
Julio was or not retired, but hurt like all year. So he was
yeah,
barely wide receiver 2. He was like 3.
yeah.
Um yeah, that concludes the draft. I mean, I'm happy with how the Giants did. I'm excited to watch this next year, but that's all I really have to say about it. If you have anything to close
In the
out
third
on,
round, Raiders drafted Lion. I'm
hey,
happy. Can't
can't complain. That's you guys is
complain.
like one pick you had all draft. So,
Yeah.
you said you guys just drafted what position though? D line.
D line and a running back in the fourth.
Yeah, can't complain with that either. So, you can never have too much D line or O line. You got to
Yeah.
have depth at that position. And then running back, guys didn't pick up Josh Jacobs.
Fifth year option.
5th year. What's it called though? All in all, that's all I gotta say. If you're ready to move on to
Yeah,
second
I'm
round of
ready.
the NBA, yeah. So I haven't really watched much basketball in like the last 2 days because the draft has been going on, and yeah. So NFL's been my main focus, but we are officially in the second round of the playoffs. I'm gonna search up the scores of the games that we've missed, um, and we'll talk about that before we make our predictions for what's it called. Last time we talked, or last time we were on podcast was Wednesday, and
Wednesday
that was the
during the
day.
Nuggets game,
Uh,
which was a close game until a fan heckled Steph Curry and then Curry went crazy.
don't heckle Steph. Like why? Don't heckle
Yeah.
good players. I don't know why people do that. Don't do
Like
it, bro.
bro was like this, like
Yeah,
crying, and then
don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
it did not age well.
Yeah, but y'all are out. Again, I think we talked about this last time. Not a failure of a season though.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the points. Curry had 30.
Yeah, like he did his thing. It's Steph.
Curry just had 30.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go out though, to
Yeah.
not have your best guys. But then I saw from someone that Jamal Murray says he doesn't even feel like he's 85% back, which is
No.
wild.
The Nuggets posted like they said that he feels more bouncier than ever.
Nah, I saw on Instagram, the account Hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they put a quote up where he said he doesn't feel like he's 85%. I don't know if he meant like he was under 85% or he feels like he's not even at 85%. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here he is.
No, because it's more than a year after his ACL
He
injury.
says it says quote Jamal Murray said he's not even sure if he's 85% right now.
What date?
Like today, like last
Today?
22 hours.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean,
Because the Nuggets posted something else.
recently or a
I think
while back.
it was like a couple days ago.
Let's see.
Wait,
Oh, I see.
this was 17 hours
I'm
ago.
definitely more
I'm
bouncy, definitely more bouncy than before.
definitely stronger when it all comes together. It'll show.
You're
What?
contradicting yourself, Jamal. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I guess he feels like bouncier than he was when he just tore his
Like,
ACL. But I would assume you feel that way.
yeah. I mean, you kind of
Have to
should.
like yeah
Yeah.
at that point. But
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. And then
I
MPJ
don't know which one.
has
Yeah.
a bad back, so that was a weird. I didn't know the Nuggets put that up. That's funny. Uh, but yeah, y'all are out. The Sixers avoided choking a 3-0 lead,
But
so that's
that
good.
costed Embiid, which is gonna hurt them.
Yeah, he's out indefinitely, so he's probably not playing.
He
At
no, he
least
just
game
isn't.
one.
He just isn't playing. I think
Like,
because it's indefinite.
yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's tough. Oh, that's so tough. I'm not gonna lie, that's so tough. And they're going against the Heat. Yeah, James Harden's about to put up
Yeah.
if Embiid's not playing, geez, James Harden's about to put up some nasty numbers, and not nasty in a good way.
It's gonna be like Trey Young.
He's about to put up some terrible numbers. I'm already prepared.
Yeah.
And then Suns knocked off the Pelicans on Thursday. Pelicans put up a fight,
Chris
but
Paul didn't miss.
he shot 100% from the field.
Point God.
Point
Bro was going
God.
crazy.
Mavericks knock off Jazz by 2. Mike Conley travels in the last like 10 seconds of the game.
I saw that.
That loses them the game. And then Grizzlies beat Timberwolves. I don't know how you managed to lose a series where you were up by a lot in like every game, but the Timberwolves did it. So
that's crazy.
Karl Anthony Towns is going home along with Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell. Sucks that we didn't get any game 7s. I was hoping we'd get at least one, but didn't work out that way.
I mean, at least you got a sweep.
One sweep. And then I mean, a 6 and a 7 ain't that big of a difference. It's one game. I mean, the 7 is always a little more intense because it's like win or go home, but like you can have a really good 6. Like Grizzlies Timberwolves was a really good 6. Mavericks Jazz wasn't that great of a 6. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sick of watching the Jazz. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
Gobert is, I don't want to slander on him, but he's so
one-dimensional. He's one-dimensional.
I don't think he doesn't deserve to be the highest paid center in the league.
Oh, he doesn't. Like he's not even a top 5 center in the league.
That's
it. He's not a top 5 center in the league. He's like one of the highest paid players in the league. It's wild.
It's almost like he's like invisible on offense.
He is like he'd be missing lobs and stuff. It's like wild, like just wild to me. But yeah, we're officially in the second round. No upsets. Like all of the higher seeds won every round. No 7 games, but it still was interesting regardless of that. Like if I were to tell you that there was not going to be a single upset and there's not going to be a single game 7 in round 1, that sounds like a bit of a disappointment. But no, series was, all of the series were solid. They all had something to offer in some way, but we're now in the second round, and I think we're gonna get into the predictions because.
So,
do you want to start East or West?
Let's go with the.
I mean, I know we started East last time, so we should probably start West.
Let's go with the West because I like the East matchup. We can talk about the Giannis one and
the Bucks Celtics one is going to be a long.
That one's going to be last.
So let's start 1-4.
Suns Dallas.
Suns Dallas. Suns got that. I'm sorry. Like there's not. I mean, Luka is great. Luka got himself to the second round for the first time, but the Suns are just so deep. I don't know if I could take anyone really over them.
They're not playing the Jazz.
Right. They're not playing the Jazz. They're playing a team that's actually going to play defense and have a identity that's not easily beatable. They don't have a player
center.
Right, and a center who knows how to actually play perimeter defense. So I think if I had to guess, I'd probably say Suns in 6.
I'm saying Suns in 6.
I think Luka and Brunson can take a couple.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, really Luka. I mean, Brunson was really good in the first series, but like specifically, I think Luka could take one.
Again, if Brunson flashes again, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think the Mavericks win the series though. I don't think there's
the Suns have to stay healthy though. Book missing hurt them.
Yeah, they all.
Powell's almost forced a game 7, which is not. It's crazy.
Yeah, we don't want that. But what's it called?
I think their stars need to stay healthy.
And then even if they don't, if Devin Booker were to get hurt again, I think Chris Paul is good enough to get. He gets the points that Devin Booker would have. He makes them up with his playmaking ability. He'll be able to get McCall his 35 or whatever he had in that game where Devin Booker was out. So I think it's just Mavericks or Suns in 6 because just the Suns are a better roster.
Yeah. Let's go down to Golden State and Memphis.
Golden State in 5. I'm sorry. Like
no one's stopping that death lineup.
That the Warriors are. Like the Grizzlies struggled against the Timberwolves, and the Warriors are much better than the Timberwolves.
The Warriors' offense is so scary.
Yeah, and they don't really. I mean, Dylan Brooks. Actually, hold on. This is actually a really interesting matchup because Ja always turns up when they play the Warriors. Like it's really weird. Like I think his points per game against like every team is highest against the Warriors specifically. I might be
That
tripping.
makes sense though, because their defense inside isn't the best,
Yeah, and he can take advantage of
and his
the
scoring is obviously inside.
right. I mean, I guess I don't want to like because the Grizzlies are the 2 seed. They have home court advantage, but
I think this one's going to 7.
you think 7?
7.
Maybe I'm underrating the Grizzlies. Yeah, I could see 7, I
Yeah, I
guess.
can see 7 because Dylan Brooks, they have people.
Who can guard, who can attempt to guard.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say 5 because the Nuggets were in 5 and the Grizzlies
Yeah.
are much better
The
than the
Grizzlies are
Nuggets.
they're a better team than the Nuggets.
So maybe it's Warriors in 7, Warriors in 6 or 7. I just know it's Warriors to me. I think the Warriors win it.
Mm,
Warriors in 6 or 7 though. I mean, Grizzlies. I don't think either team has any like outstanding injuries or anything like that.
yeah.
But to me, it's Warriors in 6 or 7. I think
Warriors
that's
in
fair.
7. Jordan Poole's going to go crazy.
He always goes crazy. He's him. He's him.
He's
He is
him.
him. I think that's all I have to say about the West, and then
Yeah.
we should probably make our way out
Miami,
east.
Philly.
It depends on not Jimmy Butler, on Joel Embiid really for this series. Because if Joel Embiid isn't playing, I got the Heat in 5.
Heat in 4.
Are you going for? You got a sweep?
I got a sweep. I mean, if Embiid's playing, I'll give him a game.
Game or 2.
Actually, no,
If Embiid's playing, I gave them 6.
I need to think about it because the Sixers have depth, and then they got scores too.
Yeah. I mean, the Heat's depth is just
Heat's
a
depth
new level of depth.
Yeah, that's
though.
another level.
So
That's
I think
something else.
I just think the Heat are better than the Sixers.
Yeah.
Even with Embiid, I think they're better than the Sixers. Because even if Embiid plays, there's not a lot of big men in the league better than Bam Adebayo at who would you would want guarding Embiid. It'd be like him and Gobert.
But half the time, I wouldn't even want Gobert because perimeter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Embiid can do things off the So Bam
Yeah.
is probably your
Bam.
best bet, and Bam could switch on
Giannis.
guards. Yeah, Giannis and Bam. Oh yeah, Giannis. Giannis and Bam are like the 2 guys who would really.
Those are the only 2 that I would want guarding Embiid. But
yeah,
Heat for sure.
definitely Heat.
And
This is funny because we know Heat fans and we know Sixers fans.
yeah.
Yeah,
Heat
but Heat in 5, I think I'm with you on that. It just really comes down to if Embiid plays or not.
Yeah.
Bucks Celtics. This is easily like the most exciting.
I'm excited for that one.
I think I got the Celtics. Like I was really thinking about it. I know Giannis is
bodies of Giannis.
Yeah. And then outside of that, Chris Middleton isn't playing for the whole second round. He's out. So yeah. So I think I got the Bucks. Or not the Bucks, the Celtics, and like I think it's to be longer. I think it's gonna be like 7. Celtics in 7, but
7.
yeah, if you want to add on to that while I go blow my nose again, because I'm extremely congested.
So ideally, Tatum would be on, or no, not Tatum. Giannis would be on Tatum because he's their best scorer, and then Giannis is just a good defender. But Jalen would be on Drew, or Drew would be on Jalen. It's interchangeable. But they would throw bodies. But if the Bucks were to win it all, like win against the Celtics and take that series, Grayson Allen would have to go crazy. Specifically him, because when he went crazy against the Bulls, he showed flashes of something else. But DiVincenzo also had himself a game. He had like 25, I think. It was a good game. But
not DiVincenzo, Grayson Allen. DiVincenzo's on the Kings.
Not DiVincenzo. Pat Connaughton. That's
Pat Connaughton.
Yeah.
The white guy. The white shooting guard is what you
mean. Yeah. He had himself he had 25. But yeah, if the Bucks were to win it, their role players, specifically those 2, would have to go crazy.
Yeah.
But I have Boston winning it.
I just think
everyone saw what they did to KD.
Right.
And if you're gonna act like they can't replicate that to Giannis.
I mean, they have the perimeter defenders, so I guess it makes sense with KD. I mean, Robert Williams is back though.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. They only have Robert Williams and LaMarcus Aldridge to throw at him.
Not LaMarcus Aldridge, Al Horford and Daniel
Al Horford.
Tice.
Oh my God, why did I say LaMarcus Aldridge?
LaMarcus Aldridge is on the Brooklyn Nets. But they got some guys. But again,
Yeah,
Giannis somehow finds a way to win series where it seems impossible. Like even when it
yeah,
was Bucks Nets last year, and it was Harden, Kyrie, KD, and they were all actually playing together, he somehow won that in seven, right?
hmm
So I mean, it's going to seven. I
yeah,
think it's Celtics though, just because Chris Middleton's not playing. But hey, I believe in Giannis too. I'm not gonna count him out. I think
hmm
if the Bucks were to win this series, I wouldn't be shocked just because of the
yeah.
player Giannis is. Giannis
I
is
go ahead.
yeah, Giannis is a guy who just gets things done. Plus, the defense of the Bucks is much better than the Nets. So at least
hmm
on that side of the ball, the Celtics aren't going to be able to just do whatever they want
Yeah,
on offense. They have perimeter defenders as well. Grayson Allen, Drew Holiday, Giannis can guard the perimeter. Bobby Portis can play some defense. Brooke Lopez, they got guys. But I don't know. Without Chris Middleton, not to say Giannis needs Chris Middleton to be good.
it
He's
most definitely helps.
it helps to have Chris Middleton. So really, if there's any guy in this series who has to really step up his play, it has to be Drew Holiday offensively.
hmm
I need Drew Holiday to be on point offensively. He can't have any of those games he had against the Bulls. I'm rocking a Bulls jersey. Didn't have anything related to anyone who was actually in the playoffs. This was the closest thing, but yeah, he can't have any of those like 9 point games he had against the Bulls against
hmm
the Celtics. They play tomorrow.
At
Um,
our time at 10. I
our time at 10.
think
That's
it's 1 Eastern.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Early morning game. Um, yeah, but most people are really saying that it's like they gonna need peak Giannis to beat the Buck or to beat the
To be
Celtics,
the
and that's
Bucks.
what it is. He's gonna have to.
He has to step up.
Yeah, and it sucks to say that he has to step up after averaging like 27 and
Yeah.
14 last series and 5 assists. But the Celtics are much better all around than the Bulls are. So I
It's
don't
just
know.
having Chris Middleton makes everything so like
It gives him
it
like they have to
alleviates
worry about Chris
stress off.
Middleton too, because
Yeah.
Chris Middleton can
Because
get
Chris can create
buckets.
he can create his own shot.
Yeah.
It's
Drew
just
Holiday can too, but like other than those guys, I don't really trust anyone on their team to create
that
their own shot.
drive, help, and kick, you know?
Yeah,
Like that driving kick with Giannis. It's only gonna work so much.
yeah. What's it called though? So we agreed on every series pretty much as far as winners go. We
Yeah.
varied as far as like amount of
The
games.
amount
Like
of games.
you had Grizzlies, Warriors going 7. I think
Mhm.
you shifted my opinion over to 6 or 7 for that, but Warriors either way, and then
Mhm.
Nuggets or not Nuggets,
Mm. Heat,
Suns,
Suns.
Mavs in 6 as well, and
Yeah.
then Celtics, Nets 7, and then the Bulls or the not the Bulls, the Heat and the Sixers in like 5.
Celtics, Bucks, not Nets.
Celtics,
Yes.
Bucks in 7. I think we agreed on pretty much
Yeah.
everything. Do you want to go into the conference finals like potentially with
Mm,
what we
sure.
agreed on?
Yeah. So
We
we
could
got the
just do a
Heat and Celtics.
Celtics. That's a great matchup. Jeez. I would go Celtics though,
Celtics.
because it's like they're both built off defense. They have depth.
Mhm.
Who a lot of guys who can hit their shots and play
It's
defense.
gonna come
Difference
down to who
is,
could hit the better shot.
yeah, and Jason Tatum's gonna hit better shots than Jimmy Butler. I know that for
Yeah.
sure.
And then
I
also got
honestly,
Jalen Brown too to get there.
I hope this series happens because remember, this is a outside reference, but we have a friend group and we all talk about sports. But we made
Mhm.
top 10 lists last year of like the top 10
Oh
players in the
yeah.
league, and one of our friends Ulysses he put Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler over
Butler.
Jason Tatum. So if Jason Tatum in Jimmy Butler meet in the finals, and he's a Heat fan, but uh, if they meet, we gonna have to have a discussion. We gonna have to
hmm
have a discussion about that.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's
I
gonna be
Celtics
close.
take that.
Celtics, just because
7 again.
Jason Tatum is a better shot maker than Jimmy Butler is. Jalen Brown is a better shot maker probably than Jimmy Butler is. So
Then Tyler. I have Jalen Brown as a better shot maker than Tyler Hero because that's ideally their second scorer.
yeah,
Second scorer.
yeah. I think Celtics. So if it's Celtics Heat, I would go Celtics in 7
Mhm.
again.
And then in the
Um,
West, we got Suns, Golden
Warrior.
State.
this is another series where it could go either way. The Warriors lineups are just so hard to guard, but at the same time, the Suns have been so good all year.
Bro, they have McCall Bridges. I
Right.
love McCall.
Yeah. I think this is going 7 as well.
hmm
I think I would probably lean towards the Suns and let me check the season series between the Suns and the Warriors. That's something we should have checked. Suns Warriors season series. Oh, geez. Okay, someone lost every single game. I don't know who it was. Oh no, they split.
Hmm.
They split. Suns won the first game early on. Then the second game the Warriors took. The third game the Warriors took, and then the fourth game the Suns took. So they split. Yeah, I think it's going 7, and I think I would go towards the Suns more just because they've been so good all season. So I think I would just probably go with the 1 seed there. I trust their coach a little more than I trust Steve Kerr a little bit. But it's really either way because it's the Warriors are that team. They've done it before. They've been to the finals multiple times. So it's
This
like
gonna sound like some recency bias. I got Golden State going, and then Jordan Poole just going bonkers
Jordan Poole again.
because
He really is
ideally
the difference maker because he's
he is.
the best. Like, because realistically, he's probably not starting in that series unless they go with the PTSD lineup off rip.
hmm
But I don't think they're gonna. Well, I mean, they actually could probably do that with DeAndre Ayton being the center
Yeah,
because they did that against Jokic.
yeah.
So they definitely he might start, but like for him to be like your third, fourth option, he's definitely when it comes to scoring the basketball a better third or fourth option than the Suns have.
Yeah.
But I could see it going either way. Warriors have the vet. Well, I mean the Suns have Chris Paul. He's a vet. He's like a vet. So
And then they have McCall Bridges who will play. He will play every minute of the game because
yeah,
he didn't miss a game for whenever he got drafted. Like
yeah,
since he got drafted, he hasn't missed a game.
he'll be there when
Yeah.
they need him to be. I just think it's like it's so close. It's really just so close. I think it
comes
could
down
go
to
either
matchups.
way. You could flip a coin. I mean, I'm cool with Warriors, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna go Suns just because they were so good all season.
hmm
So I think my finals prediction would be Suns Celtics, and then I think I would have Suns winning that in like
I got
7, Suns in 6.
I got Golden State in the Celtics, and then Celtics in 6.
That's solid. It's gonna be good though. I can't wait to watch these games. Can't wait to watch these games. But yeah, I think those were the 2 big things I wanted to talk about for today. Will be oh, we didn't talk about this on the last podcast, but the schedule is Wednesday evening, Saturday early
Oh,
on. Yeah, like Saturday
yeah, we should have
mornings.
mentioned that.
Yeah, I thought about it like right now, but that's the schedule. So Wednesday evenings, Saturday mornings, and then more towards the summer, the Wednesday episodes could probably get shifted over to like Wednesday afternoons and then Saturday mornings. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what we talked about. That concludes the second episode of the Poverty Franchise podcast. Make sure I appreciate you if you even made it this long. I don't think this is as long as the first episode.
It
but
might
it's
be a
a little shorter, maybe an hour and a half, but like I still think it's just going to be pretty long. So if you made it this far, credit to you. Kudos to you. We'll be back on Wednesday. By Wednesday, we should be like a couple games into each series, and
each series should have started already.
right.
And then
Realistically,
game 2 of game 2 of the Bucks series would have been played already.
Yeah, so we'll be 2 games at least into the Bucks Celtics series. Otherwise, we're like a game in ish. But yeah, I think that concludes this episode. Like if you didn't like it yet, or subscribe, those kinds of things. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and we'll be back on Wednesday.
Thank you.